I'm telling you all right now, so many good things are going on. With God, all things are possible. We need elections and not selections. When you have a takeover of a country, the first thing that they do, they're going to silence you everywhere they can on every platform, and then they're going to put fear into the rest of the people that might have courage. God gave us grace right now. We're living it. This is the best time in history to be alive because God gave us grace. We do have all the tools to bring our country back together. Wow, thank you, everybody. Guess what we're going to talk about? In August, we had a summit, an election summit, and since that day, we had come out with a plan that day to secure our elections, taking all the information we had over the last 3 years. Well, since that day, MyPillow has taken the biggest attack on a company probably ever. I've been for the last 4 months, they've debanked us, they've took away our merchant server, our vendors they went after my home moms and dads that work from home for our call center. The IRS attacked them. You name it, it's happened. Why were they doing that? Well, they were doing it to silence my voice and quit talking about securing our elections and go to paper ballots hand counted. But I'm going to tell you right now, MyPillow's still here. We're still standing. I will never stop talking, ever. We have to save our country, and we have to secure our elections. I'm going to bring you back now. I'm going to tell you why the 2020 election, I believe, is the most important election in history. I'm going to bring you back to MyPillow. Back in 2011, when I did my first infomercial, I had a dream. I told all my all my family and friends, I said, let's pool our money and we'll make an infomercial. And we had been turned down at all the box stores, which has come full circle. And, but we launched this infomercial on October 7, 2011 in the middle of the night. And by about a month later, we were the #1 infomercial in the world. I went from 10 employees to 500. They said, Mike, you need to be CEO. I said, why do I need to be CEO? We just need to make pillows. Well, we need a corporate attorney. I said, that sounds horrible. We need HR department. That sounds even worse. And I wanted to make pillows, right? And help people. Well, we took in $100 million in 6 months. And I was just going, But I woke up one day in May of 2012, and we were $6 million in debt. And I'm praying to God, saying, what did I do wrong? What happened? And we look back and all these things, there was so much thing that were outsourced, and people came in and told me they knew what they were doing, and I trusted people. And there were promises that were broken, and things were done wrong. And there was betrayal. A lot of things happened. And we took in all the way up to 2014. It would just stay at this level, and I kept praying. Well, and we get into 2014, and miracles started happening where we were able to bring everything in-house, and we learned from 2012. We learned all the mistakes that were made. I said, I can learn by this huge deviation, right? And what had happened. And we took it all in-house, and we didn't, we did a lot of praying, and we changed our way we marketed and everything, our way we tracked things, and how we did things. And what I'm here to tell you is, and obviously we recovered where we are today. We've sold over 82 million MyPillows. But I'm here to tell you, if 2012 had not happened, I wouldn't be here today. And we all know MyPillow is a platform for a much bigger thing, and that's for where we are with our voice. God gave me a voice for this time we're in, but it's all of your voice. God blessed us way back then. If he didn't bless us, and I'm saying with 2012, even though at the time it was devastating, I thought this is the worst thing that could ever happen. But it turned out it was the best thing because of all the things that manifested from that I learned. So now I want you to flip over to the 2020 election. Okay? If that election did not happen, if we didn't want to wake up on the morning of November 4th in 2020 and go, what just happened? And things didn't happen, that all these bad things that started to happen, if that didn't happen, we wouldn't be where we're at today. We've learned it opened up a doors that were shut. This evil that had hid all this stuff from us, this uniparty, this globalists, everyone that had attacked our country, and what they did, and evil is greedy, they tried to completely take everything on. I'm going to go back a little bit. I prayed on January 4th of 2021. When I was in Georgia, when they were doing the runoff for the 2 senators, I sat and prayed, God, please let them steal both these senators. And you're all going, Mike, what did you do, right? Well, I'm a marketer, and if I was them, if I was evil, I would have said, give them back to Republicans so they shut up about this election. And if they would have done that, they still had the computers, they still had the machines, they still had corruption, so they still had it all. They could, if they would have gave one back, maybe not you guys, but most people would have said, hey, we still have the Senate. Let's get them back in 2022. We'll campaign harder. And we would have lost our country forever. Okay. But they had a safety net. They were greedy. They took them both. Thank God they took them both. Then they had this setup of January 6th. And then the 2 most important dates I want to tell you guys quick is January 7th and 8th. Of 2021. That's the day they tried to take our voice forever. 1.2 million Americans were deplatformed. Anyone that spoke out about the elections, about the deviations that had happened, churches were deplatformed on YouTube, Vimeo, crooked Suckerbucks, Facebook, Twitter at the time. Parler was deplatformed. All these things happened. They wanted our voice to be gone. Anyone that had spoke out got deplatformed, and the rest of the country and the world was put into what? They were put into fear. So they didn't want to speak out. But we didn't stop. Our voice kept getting bigger and bigger from that point on. And a very significant date was on February 4th of 2021. And that was the day Smartmatic sued Fox News, which is the start of lawfare. Hadn't been done in our country since 1798. And that silenced people, platforms that are out there that you don't hear anything, or Fox News, you don't hear them talking about elections anymore. It's disgusting. I see people depressed out in the streets and they're going, it's hopeless, it's hopeless. Well, you've been watching too much Fox News. Seriously, it's just depressing. You need to hear the hope. And I'm going to tell you about the hope right now. For the last 2.5, 3 years now, people like me, hundreds of thousands of people have been out there on the ground working tirelessly, doing canvassing, we have teams on the ground in all 50 states. We've gotten voter rolls. We've gotten this. We've looked into it. We know so much now. We've learned about cast vote records that come right out of the machines. It's like if you miss a football game, here's the play-by-play. And if the second quarter, the score is 21-10, and all of a sudden the third quarter is 10-3, okay, that's weird, right? And especially when all the games have the same score, right? Well, we've learned so much, and what we did, and I'm going to tell you about in August, I came out with the plan, taking all this information and a plan to secure our elections and get to where we want to be. And I'm going to tell you about that now, but I want to say some hope right now before I forget. If you all seen, there's 2 things that happened between August and now that are very significant. A judge in Georgia ruled that there is problems. This was an Obama-appointed judge, that there is problems with the machines. They ruled this a couple months ago, okay? And better yet, they ruled that if you talk about machines, you're not a conspiracy theorist. What? So I got to take off my tinfoil hat on national TV, right? Jimmy Kimmel had me on there, taking off this hat. And then shortly after that, Remember, I've told you all 51 countries have been taken by the computers in elections. Well, now there's 50. You know why? Argentina, one judge ruled this summer that they could get rid of the machines, outlaw them like Germany, France, UK, and the Netherlands, and go to paper ballots, hand counted. She ruled that. And they did it in less than 4.5 months. 4.5 months, they completely did their whole country. They just had an election and not a selection. It was beautiful. The people have finally got rid of their socialism all in one little gone. You know, it's beautiful. There's some hope for you, right? Well, we went around over the last 2 years, it's been over 2 years now, to just about every county in the United States. Now, I'm going to tell you the plan. So the plan is almost every county can do what they want as far as switching to paper ballots, hand counted. Some states like Michigan are Secretary of State down. Most of them you have the right in your own county, okay? And we went around to these officials, these election officials, and every one of them had an excuse why they wouldn't switch. It was one thing after another, okay? Our machines aren't online. It'll be way too expensive to switch over. There was no crime in my town. Donald Trump won. Who cares about who won? You know, we're talking about the elections, our elections, and not having elections and not selection. Anyway, they all gave us pushback. So I'm going to compare back when I went to sell my pillow back in the day, when I did home shows and fairs, and I would come up, and if any of you came up when I was inventing my pillow, I took it and reverse engineered the pillow. If you came up and took out every reason for you not to buy that pillow, I'll give you an example. If you came up and said, I want a pillow that you could adjust, here you go. I want a pillow you could wash and dry, here you go. Really? Wow. I want a pillow that gives value. Here, it's a 10-year warranty. I want a pillow that stays cool. You got that too. I want a pillow that I don't even know you. I want a guarantee that this will work. Here, I got a 60-day money-back guarantee. So what I'm getting at, by the time I got done in that booth back then, if you said no, you still didn't want to buy it, you weren't going to buy one in the first place, okay? So now, I want you to take that, and we go to those same election officials, those county officials, that have told us no. My team's out there, hundreds of thousands. We have 300,000 people in all 50 states, almost every county in the country. We were tired of getting blocked. Everywhere we went, I'll give you examples. If we did get it pushed through, the biggest blockers were the uniparty Republicans, believe it or not. And that's the word, that uniparty. Don't forget that. You know, I'll give an example in Arkansas. We're in Arkansas, and Cleburne County, Arkansas, went to paper ballots, hand counted, right? But all these great patriots down there, like Colonel Conrad down there, they're going county by county, and they're all going to go to paper ballots. This is earlier this year. Well, what does this guy named Kim Hammers do? This guy that's a Republican there, a senator in Arkansas. He goes and pushes a bill through. Are you ready for this? If your county goes to paper ballots, we're defunding you. You can't make this stuff up. This is a deviation in behavior, okay? We got tired of all these Republican states, South Dakota, Arkansas, Alabama, Texas. This is where we got our biggest pushback. We went to get the cast vote records. You got San Francisco Township in California. They put them, it's our right under the Freedom of Information Act. They put them right up on their website and said, here, it's your right, you can see it. Other states shut us down, like South Dakota couldn't get one cast vote record. It's disgusting. This is actually what comes out of the machines, okay? So what we did, there's a couple things we have that happen now. When we go around, and next month, maybe in February, my whole team, everyone in this country that's out there is going to go to their county officials again with a better sales pitch. And I'm going to tell you, there will be no reason for them to say no, because here's the tools we have now. It's a little different than before. So if you all know, when, one of the biggest things, because we had all the cyber evidence of the 2020 election and the 2022 election. Now, we had all these cast vote records too, right? That's cyber stuff. And the biggest thing to deflect that was the machines are not online. They're not online. Ours aren't online. Well, we developed a wireless monitoring device that monitors that now. We passed out to the clerks in the country on November 7th, this last election. Guess what? They all lied. They were online, you know. And so we have that. So the clerks now know they lied to them, okay? But here's something that really is going to help us is, if you all know when I ran for RNC chair, when I did that, God told me, I prayed, God said to run. He didn't say I was going to win. So you all want to know what came out of that was a very important thing came out of that. I got to know all the 168. There's 3 in every state, committeewoman, committeeman, and the chairman. And with that, this last August, all of them got together, the people we had in there, and they passed a resolution by the RNC, and it's no machines, paper ballots, hand counted, same day voting, precinct level, signature required. Now, why is this important? This is important because, for a big reason, when we go around to all these counties now, we need to be able to say to them, that would be the last thing. After we give them all these questions, we'll all go through them. So now when we go to these counties, we'll go, hey, here we're coming back. We're back again. We want to go to paper ballots, hand counted. Now, if that clerk or that official says, well, they're not online. Here they are online. We showed you this. If they say, well, it's going to take too long. No. Argentina flipped over in 4.5 months, and their whole election was done in 1 day. And we don't have a system. Yes, we do. We developed it. A lady in Missouri named Lindell developed the best hand counting system in the world. I know because I've dealt with France, Germany, UK, and the Netherlands. This is better. But has it been used? Yes. Last spring, we did an election in Osage County, Missouri. Democrats, Republicans working together. They were done at the same time as the machines with 100% accuracy. What, you know? So now we're talking to this official. Now what do you got? And by the way, then they're going to sit there and if they're thinking, now we have another tool. And this just came out 2 days ago. It's a movie called Let My People Go by Professor Clemens, who's sitting right over here, everybody, if you give him a hand. And this movie is so important because in the movie it explains to you passport records and all these things that it doesn't matter, 10-year-old, you can understand it now. All the stuff that's happened with our election platforms. It's so amazing. It's one of the most amazing documentaries I've ever watched. You can get there. By the way, you can go there and help out. I'll give you the website, frankspeech.com/movie. Okay. And you go there and get this and spread it everywhere. Okay. Now, but when we have that, what this is going to do, it's going to give awareness in the county. We're going to go to every county like it's our only county, okay? And we go in there and we say to all these clerks, hey, we the people in our county, you know, they've watched this movie, so they've come up there and they're going, this is what's happened. And we show them in their own county. In the 2020 election, every county in the United States had people vote in that county that didn't live in that county. But they did not vote, they just pulled their names. You guys understand that, right? Well, we're showing all these things to this official. Now, if that official still says, no, I don't want to go to paper ballots, hand counted, what are they? They're part of the problem. They're a uniparty. And we're all going to do it at once because we had great success like Shasta County, California, Claiborne County, Arkansas, all these places where once they're known, the media just attacks them like a frenzy. So we're going to do it all at once, and you're going to see this. You're not going to see this on Fox News, okay? And when we do this, by the way, over 200 counties in the United United States have committed to go to paper ballots by the 2024 election already. Did you know that? And I'm involved. This will work. And in no way am I also want to tell you, you have to get out and vote. We have to overrun whatever we can get rid of.